What's up, folks? Welcome back to the garage. The main thing in this video are these are Volvo's rear brake calipers. Finally, I'm putting them on on the right places. If you have watched my earlier videos, you might have noticed that I have mixed the rear calipers in that way that the air bleeding screw is facing down, which is not good. It should be up, because then we can get air much easily away from the brake system. But in this video I will correct my error. But in this video I will correct this, and after that it should be a little bit easier to bleed the Volvo's brakes. I have also some other small things, for example for the Saab, but I will tell you more after the intro. First thing is here on the floor. As you can see, there's a Saab's original football wheel. The air didn't want to stay in and I take this to the tire shop, and they noticed that it's leaking between the wheel and the tire, but they took it off, the tire off, and they put it back, so now it's keeping the air in. These tires are from 90s, so the tires are so old that maybe next time it's not possible to do that trick anymore. But in this video I will put this back. As you can see, I have raised the rear, and this tire goes to the left side. And I took the main cylinder of the handbrake off, also from the Saab. The main cylinder is here. It's Girling 625, and the piston is in and it stays there, and as you can see it's a little bit corroded inside. It's stuck and I couldn't get it out, so I decided to order a new one because it's only 69 euros. So I thought that it would be a good time to put a new main cylinder to the Saab, and after that it should be quite ready for the MOT. I have phosphoric acid here, 85%. It's for the rust issues. I will show you a little bit later what I have done to the Chevy. I think next I will assemble the brakes here on the vise. I have the repair kit here, and I will use old pads because they seem to be okay. I used ordinary metal paint, which I have used before. I like this racing red. It's Mironol. Very cheap paint, but it works quite well. I will do a time lapse of the assemble, but I will show you the phosphoric acid, what it has done. As you can see, there's a tire missing from here. Everything should be otherwise ready. I will take the tape away, and you can see the difference. I have two places where I have tested the acid, so I will remove the tape. Yes, on the left you can see the dark area, and you can still see some acid there, I think. I haven't dried or cleaned the left side, so it's just after. Well, I have waited like 24 hours, so it has eaten all the rust away. Well, I don't leave this area like this. I will change the whole piece, I think. Sorry, I will put a new metal here, so I don't leave it like that, but I just wanted to test the acid on this badly corroded area to see what it will affect. If you have used this phosphoric acid, please give me some comments and tips, because this is my first time with this stuff. But on this side, I think almost all the rust is gone from this side, and here the rust is only surface rust. So my plan is to first clean this area and then use the acid again, and then put some primer. And this is magic. Both calipers and brake lines are connected and the brakes are working. We managed to bleed with my younger son, we managed to bleed this side, so there's no air on the left side, but the right side is small problem. I will show you. I will leave this like this for night. Even we raised the rear quite high, I can't still get a lot of fluid from that bleed screw, so there's some kind of airlock maybe in the brake valves in the back, but I'm not sure yet. But I hope tomorrow before the brake test and the test drive I can bleed this side. Sometimes it might be quite difficult, but I hope we manage to do it tomorrow. But next I will adjust the handbrake. I will show you how I do it. I don't know if that's the correct way, but how I do it. There's the adjust screw there, that wheel there. Sorry, the instructions are in Finnish, but it says here that rotate the wheel to the right direction and adjust the screw like that you barely can move the wheel, and then take 4 clicks back, and then the brake is adjusted. And it's a little bit difficult to take a video because the screw is inside there, but I will show you how I do it. First I will try to find the wheel, it's there. And now I will tighten the brake until it stops rotating. Still moves. Just a sec. Now I can barely move it. So next I will take 4 clicks back. I just have to find the screw. There it is. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now it should rotate. Yes, perfect. Now we should have. Actually, I did this already on the other side, so now the handbrake should be adjusted. I hope. We will see tomorrow when we will do the brake test. Now we fit the rear tires and we bleeded the brakes. Well, we still have some air. Okay? There's my younger son practicing in our yard. Can I say yard? Road. And there's still some air in the system, especially on the right side, in the caliper, because we couldn't get a lot of brake fluid out of that caliper. but I think this side will be okay. We tightened the tires and the car should be ready now for the brake test. I hope that after we have driven a little bit, the air will come out. There might be some air in the brake pressure valves under the car, so that's quite often the problem in this car, to get the air out of those valves. But we managed to fit also the Saab's rear tire, and the Saab is otherwise ready, except the main cylinder of the handbrake is still on the table. But next we will start Volvo, and we do first we warm up the engine and then we will do some brake test.
Lähtee samaan tuolta toisesta suunnasta, niin sit näkee toi toisen puolesta.
Well, it was a little bit short test drive. Almost immediately I noticed that some of the brakes or one of the brake is staying on, and I drove the car back in the garage. When I'm rotating the rear axle, you can see that it's rotating, and now when I have a welded diff, we know that the brake issue is not in the back, so it will be, or it is, left or right front brake. I don't know yet, but I noticed something else which wasn't not so nice. I think that first I noticed the leak in the middle, so I think that rear is leaking oil from the front, I think. And then I noticed these smaller leaks on the floor, and I realized it's brake fluid. So first I noticed that there is some brake fluid on the handbrake wire about there, and then I investigated more, and and you can see there's some brake fluid coming out from the brake line or from those brake pressure valves. So we have a little more bigger issue than malfunction in brake caliper. But I have a ready line, a used one from the 142, so I can use that. And those brake servos or brake valves are quite rusty, but don't worry, I have spare ones already on the table. These are also these are used ones, these are not new ones. I have only repainted them. They are from the 142, so I can use these, and I should have quite good brake lines also here on the floor ready. So now I just have to change the lines from here to back, and maybe I should get a new brake hoses which are going from the valves to the rear axle, if you can see anything there. So I think those hoses are quite old, so they will fail next if I don't change them in this point. Well, and we still have some issues with the engine. It's not running like it should. The air fuel mixture gauge shows that the mixture is okay, but still when it's cold it's not running nice. It's like a tractor, like it works only with 3-cylinder, but when it gets warm and I give some throttle, it sounds better. But I have still some work with the engine. I think it's the carburetor setup. There still might be some air leaks. So like you have suggested, I think I should change the gaskets because they are quite old. And maybe I have to change the brand. And the second problem with this fuel system is that I had to take the air filters off because I had to use some starter help to start the engine, because the fuel, I think the fuel goes back to the tank because it doesn't want to start after a break. Like I started this car like 2 weeks ago and it didn't want to start. I don't get fuel pressure. Now you can see there's some pressure, but it goes down. I didn't want to race before I use the starter and start the engine. So maybe I should have some kind of a back pressure valve somewhere here or something like that. If you have good suggestions, I would appreciate your tips and advices in this point. But we have some videos coming from the brakes and I would like to finish. I have to do some welding to finish the rear gate or rear door, and then I have to get a time from specialist to fit the windscreen and fix the brakes. So after that, I think the car would be ready for the MOT. This 145 is one priority and the Saab is second, because now I just need to get the new handbrake cylinder, main cylinder, and after that I think the Saab is also ready for the MOT. So I have a dream that I can pass the MOT with both of these cars, and after that I would have three hobby cars on the road: Volvo, Saab, and the Peugeot, which is already in the use. But hey, thanks for watching. Please give me a thumbs up, comments down below, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, do it right away, and also remember to press the bell. And I will do the race against Volvo and Saab, but before that I have to do the brake service, whole service for the car before the race, because I probably need the brakes for sure in that race. But hey, thanks for watching and see you soon.